So, you want to dive into the Middle-earth film franchise, but you have no idea where to start. Should you watch The Lord of the Rings first or The Hobbit? Does it matter? And what about those extended editions people keep telling you about? Don't worry, friend, I am here to answer all of your questions. So let me be your Gandalf and set your eager Hobbit feet off on an adventure as we break down the best way to watch both The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit film trilogies. But first, we need to answer one question. Do you want the full Middle-earth experience or just the very best? If you just want the cream of the crop and aren't really interested in the entire franchise, it's okay to just watch Lord of the Rings. It is easily the better of the two trilogies, and you don't really need to have seen The Hobbit to understand what's going on. But if you want the full Middle-earth experience, then absolutely watch The Hobbit first. Even though it was made after The Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit book was actually written first. And the story flows very naturally from one series to the other. Peter Jackson, the director of both trilogies, actually said he made The Hobbit with the intention that newcomers would watch it before they watched Lord of the Rings. There is a bit of a technology gap with The Hobbit having 10 years better effects than Rings, but Rings still holds up well and it doesn't make a huge difference. Also, with Rings being an overall better story than The Hobbit, it means you watch the good trilogy first and then the great one, as opposed to the other way around, which could leave you feeling underwhelmed as well as disappointed. Okay, so now that we know you want to watch all 6 films, the order is very simple. Start with The Hobbit. First, An Unexpected Journey, then Desolation of Smaug, and finally The Battle of Five Armies Extended Edition. More on that later. Then watch The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and lastly, The Return of the King Extended Edition. But wait, what about these extended editions? What are they, and are they better than the normal cuts of the films? Well, the extended editions are longer cuts of the films, with previously deleted scenes finished and added back in. And as to whether or not they are better, the short answer is yes. Yes, they are. In my opinion, the extended editions are better in every way than the theatrical cuts, and they each add just about a half hour of runtime to every film. However, they aren't so much better that I would worry about it on the first viewing, with 2 big exceptions. Firstly, The Return of the King has 2 pretty epic scenes that really add a lot to the film, so I highly recommend it. But The Battle of Five Armies is tragically better in the extended cut. It is sad to say, but the third and final Hobbit film wasn't actually finished when it was released. The filmmakers simply ran out of time. Whole plot lines and even the fate of some characters are just cut out, and you never find out what happens to them. Thankfully, all of that is fixed in the extended cut. It is unquestionably the better version of the film. So please, for Tolkien's sake, never, ever watch the theatrical version of The Battle of Five Armies. Only watch the extended edition. You'll be doing yourself a huge favor. So, now that you know where to go, grab yourself a hearty second breakfast, assemble your fellowship, and get ready for an epic journey. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for more Lord of the Rings goodness. Farewell, friends, and may your beards grow ever longer.